Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your Daily Dose. We're on the account again, and I'm just messing around in this video. It has been a minute. It's the new year, so happy New Year for everybody that has made it into the new year, 2023. Uh, Honestly, I like this game. I like this game, and I guess there's certain layers there. There's certain intricacies that is going to make this interesting, in my opinion, for 2023. We're going to talk a little bit about that in this video. What you should be aiming for if you're a new player, if you're an existing player, if you're an OG. Let me know in the comment section what you think you should be prioritizing now that they have brought out the legendary heroes. I would like to do an example a little bit later on. I'm going to have to get some resources before I can sort of show off Zoro at a higher level, because I know that's been asked for. And I absolutely would like to do it. Unfortunately, I can't power him up, and nobody else can until he reappears in another Awakening event. That might not be for a few months. It might be in a few weeks. They don't tell us anything, unfortunately. So we kind of just have to speculate. But there are a couple of ways to test him, and I'll be doing that when I can on this account. Now, in terms of this, like if you have a look at this guy in like what the raw damage statistic is, Whitebeard, he's pretty functional, right? But if I was to say, go ahead and swap Whitebeard out, maybe if I swapped him in for Zoro, I think this will be a good example of why you want to build Zoro. Now, granted, I haven't done anything. I've just swapped out Whitebeard, who was the MVP. Then we're going to throw in old mate 10-star Zoro and probably just see just how much damage this guy can actually do. Now, even at 10-star, I think there's a few people that have probably come across this guy and gone, oh crap. Now, am I going to say that he broke the game? Am I going to say that everybody should build him? Yes. Short answer is yes. If you have the resources to build this guy, if you plan ahead accordingly for his next ascension, he's probably going to take your team to the next level. Even though most of us are rocking 12-star, 13 stars, at 10-star he outperforms pretty much everyone. And that's sort of the way it's meant to be. Now, obviously, there are some limitations, how you build him, what he does, etc., etc. Stock standard, he's doing damage. Now, the more he crits, the more damage he's going to do. Everybody knows that. But to be able to basically outstrip most of your heroes, even at 13-star, yeah, he's only going to get stronger. I don't think I need to keep proving that point. He's only going to get stronger. Which really leads me into these next sort of the video topics. As you probably know, we got the new hero, Chanton. Show you over here. Where is he? This guy over here. Boss man. Don't really know how I feel about this. Now that everything is kind of swapped, so to speak, the meta has changed. Realistically speaking, Marines have never been that strong anyway. I mean, yes, there are some pretty kick-ass Marine teams. Yes, there is a Sengoku glitch that messes up Zoro's counter ability. But outside of that, are they really a viable faction to build on? I would maybe have built him on my Marines account, but I didn't save up enough, so I think I would skip him. We're going to talk a little bit about him, sort of go over what is going on, and maybe talk a little bit about the meta itself, because at the same time, what should you be focusing on? And I think that's my biggest question is, what should you actually be focusing on these days? Because the new heroes, they don't seem to really bring very much to the table. This guy is a tank. So, do you need another tank? Is the first question you want to ask. The answer to that is, if you're a emperor, no. That's short answer. No, Negatoro. You don't need another tank if you're an Emperor, even if you're running Fuji um, as your offsider for your damage. No, you don't need another tank. But let's have a look to see what he does. So he shoots bullets filled with sea stones. He does physical damage to all enemies. If he hits female targets, he has a chance to inflict seal for 2 rounds. Is he a counter to the Momo team? We'll see. So seal, basically this means that they can't land a crit strike, hits or trigger passive skills for 2 rounds. That's pretty OP. Obviously you probably could counteract Big Mum, but who knows. Then he has his passive ability, delayed pain. Chanton is born with tough defenses. 50% of damage to him will be stored and release 30% of that damage per round in each of the following rounds. So basically, he has self-damage mitigation. This effect is undispellable, will not disappear, and lasts. The entire battle does not disappear after death. Lasts until end of battle. Interesting. Obviously, you're going to build a res build on this guy, so you're going to be using the Ghost Soul so that he comes back. Chanton charges into enemy ground. This is his, I guess, active skill. He deals physical damage to all enemies. Again, has a ability to inflict sneer at a higher rank to female targets for 2 rounds. He really only attacks females, so he realistically is just a counter to the Momo team. With Shira, of course, Big Mum. Yamato as the tank has 45% to inflict sluggish to male targets. So sluggish is stun, sneer is basically to seal cap them. Yeah, it's interesting. Some of those things are dispellable, by the way, if you don't know that. So this is his declaration of love. When attacked by female enemies, Chanton will declare love to them. Declaration 30% success chance. If successful, target female gets Discord for 2 rounds. So Discord makes them confused, basically attacks themselves or others in their team. And male allies gain down and out for 2 rounds. If declaration fails, female target female damage up 10%, and male allies gain spirit life for 2 rounds. That's just shit passive. So Discord is nice. Damage up basically means that we do more damage to the whole enemy team. Down and out, feeling down and out due to Chanton's successful declaration of love. My hero's speed is reduced by 10%. Not that much of a big deal. And then spirit life, spirits are high due to Chanton's failed declaration of love. Male allies' speed is up by 10%, skill damage by 30%, control chance up by 60% for 2 rounds. I mean, you kind of pray that this guy was you're fighting this guy and he kept failing. Because it just buffed the crap out of your team. I think he would be a very annoying hero. I don't think he's something that you would necessarily need to build. The only time that I could personally think that this guy might be, and I'm sure he's bugged, like at this stage of the game, I wouldn't be surprised if he has some mega glitches with his abilities. I think the only time you'd really be doing it is if you're fighting a lot of Momos, you're fighting a lot of Big Mums that kept wiping out your team. And not a lot of people built Big Mum though. That's another thing you gotta remember. Not a lot of people built Momo or Big Mum. What else would I justify building this guy? The only other time I think would be if you were running a Marines team and you basically didn't have a suitable slot 1 tank. Because, excuse me for one moment, because in my opinion, maybe there's not a lot of viable options. This guy's the only other tank, Akuna. I can't pronounce his name. If I butchered it, I apologize. He's the only other real tank for the Marines if you're going for a full Marine team. But out of that, yeah, I can't realistically say that he is a good pick. Let me know in the comment section if you built him. Let me know how strong he is in your opinion. Is he viable? Is he really something that you'd want to invest in? And if so, I'm curious to know why. But outside of that, these sorts of events, and I think this is something that I guess flows into 2023 if you're going to keep playing this game. It's got many names, by the way. I think it's Ancient Sage is still on iOS. This one is like, I can't remember what this one is. I think it's Pirate Emperor Endless Sailing. There's some app packs available online for this game as well on iOS. But Like little events like this, it's fun to participate in. Once you do that, like make sure you always read this. So guaranteed, if you spend 6k gems, 30 spins, which is 6k gems, you will get one of the jackpot rewards. I got lucky. I got the Ascension Stones or the Awakening Gems. Maybe you get Seto's copy. Maybe you get a legendary book. Most of the time, you're probably not going to get either of those. Let's be honest. You're probably going to get the Ascension Stones or Ascension card. If you do get lucky, like I feel like the Awakening Gems, in my opinion, from where I'm at in the game, is the best value. But realistically, I feel like it's a waiting game at this point because Zoro is just broken and he needs a lot of love. He needs a lot of attention. He needs a lot of food. He needs twice as much than everybody else. He's a greedy bastard. But at the end of the day, he's going to wipe out the enemy team. Like, if you have a look in the championship rounds, you check this guy out. I mean, he built him straight off the bat. He wailed absolutely hard for this guy. And he's probably not disappointed. Like, let's be honest. I doubt this guy is disappointed in spending his money on this. This is an ideal team, though. I don't really see many opportunities where you're going to slot in Chanton in a team that is full of Emperors. Maybe if you're running a Marines team as your secondary of all E3s, he does have a spot there, absolutely. But realistically, I think most people would run an all-females team as their second E3 team, or 13-star, depending on what you want to call them. Before they'd even really consider running a full Marines team outside of that, because they're not that strong. Marines aren't that great in terms of like endgame. All endgame players are pretty much just running a team that looks like this. So, if we have another look, who came second? Again, a little bit of a mix and match. Maybe he's, I don't know what he's trying for that one. Okay, bit of a mix and match. Yeah, bit of a mix and match. Realistically, I mean, if you're going to come up against these guys, I don't think Chanton's going to pull his weight. Actually, not a lot of people are running Momo. You saw Momo on this one, though. This would be an interesting team to fight. Target is offline. Dang it. It'd be nice to actually fight some of these teams. So Harley, not so much. Ooh, you got him E2? GG. But I would say that a lot of players are trying to push up. Trying to push up. Because there's not really too many options. This guy here would be very hard to beat. Yeah. I just don't see that. I see the meta shifting towards a team that revolves around one legendary or two legendaries when the second one comes out, and then it's just basically going to be support and maybe a tank. So Kodo works, Big Mom's going to stay. When the next guy comes out, I will replace Fuji, depending on what they are, if they're a DPS or a support. I'd say he's gonna get replaced, and I'm just gonna run double legendary and 3 Emperors split with Marco. And I might, depending on the circumstances, build up this lovely lady, just so I could run like maybe another support. But we'll see. I think the meta is gonna shift towards, just buffing the crap out of your single DPS, which is gonna be your legendaries, and everyone's gonna be hustling to get the copies they need for this. Now, if you don't know, it's actually going to be 4 copies. So you need 4 copies for his 13-star, and you're going to need 4 more copies to get him up to 12. So you're going to need two 6-stars. So that's 4, and then you need a 4. So you need 8 in total. 8 copies. Freaking ridiculous. I'm not even talking about the food you need. You need 8 copies to get this guy maxed out. So I hope you're saving. That's all I'm going to say. I feel like 2023 is going to be a saving meta. More so than anything else. It's going to test you to be a little bit more meticulous in your planning. You can't regress. I can't regress Odin. Unfortunately, I'd love to regress Odin. I'm not going to probably use him well into the future because I'm going to have to use all that food to basically get Zoro up. And then I might not even use him, to be honest. I'm not going to use him as food. I mean, he's just going to be in the back burner. There's just a lot of things that I guess if you're coming into the game now, you have a little bit more of an advantage um, over those that have been a mid game, so to speak, because now you have a little bit more foresight in what to plan for. If you're a free to play, obviously keep saving up for the legendaries, like wait and don't spend your resources basically. Wait until you know what the next one's going to be, and then sort of plan accordingly. If you're starting to build Zoro, work for Zoro. Keep working on your Zoro copies. Try to get them to 8-star before you 9-star them. Try to get them to 10-star. They're going to carry your team. Zoro just hands down is going to carry your team. Like you're not going to find a better hero than him. And I'll be interested to see what the next one is. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be interested. I think that's definitely going to be the shift where everybody goes, well, I'm not going to waste my time on Chantons. I'm not going to waste my time on the next heroes. They're probably not going to be that great. And that disappoints me. Like, every couple of weeks you get excited about the new hero, maybe pull for them, maybe they fit in your team. But the reality is, with the legendaries out now, I just don't see that level of I guess, excitement for the next heroes. Maybe there's going to be a better hero out there. Who knows? Who was on the podium? Wasn't me. What's Steve got? Steve's probably got an E3. He's got an E2. Interesting. He ran Law. Law's interesting as well. I feel like if you lack a support, Law works for his sleep ability. He's very, very annoying. A lot of people still run Fuji though. He's just a beast, but I feel like ultimately he's going to get replaced. Yeah, even at 10-star, he's frustrating. This guy, you all know him. Zoro is still frustrating. All right, well, I think that's pretty much it. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think coming into 2023. Sorry, what are you excited about? What are you going to be working towards? I'd love to do some more videos. I need to wait for the empowerment, so I have to wait for this to be available because it's once a month. Once I get that, I'll be doing some more videos showcasing Zoro at least 12-star or E2. So stay tuned for that one, of course. But outside of that, it's really just a waiting game. Just sort of trying to get all the freaking copies that you need for this bloody Zoro. And just waiting to spend the resources and sort of maximize what you can actually progress for. So for those that are impatient, try to wait until you can get 600 pulls, just so that you get a selection chest. There's not really too much else that you can do for this game. Maybe you get lucky, maybe you get like a couple of copies of heroes here. Maybe. I personally don't think it's great. I mean, it's a little bit of a gotcha. I spent on the flip card before. It's a waste. This one, in my opinion, is a little bit better value because you get these ones. You need those for Advanced Sakai. But outside of that, I don't know. There's not too much going on in the game. But I am keeping my eye open for the next mobile game I'd like to do on this channel. I will be coming back to DOP eventually for... what's the one that I wanted to come back for that one for? I want to build my Gen 4. My Gen 4 Arcane Hero, so we've been doing some videos on that one in the future, continuing with the power up, maybe doing some gameplay. But yeah, I'm looking for a new game. I'd like to sink my teeth into. So let me know in the comment section down below what you'd like to see as well. Hopefully we hit 5K this year for the sub goal. That would be great. Planning to do some live streams as well. Been doing a few of them on the Discord, so if you haven't joined the Discord channel, make sure you do so. Probably going to try and do like a weekend chill every weekend, just to stream some games on there. Maybe even set up some Twitch. I don't know. If you follow me on Twitch, check me out. It's the same name as the sub channel, which is Push Buttons Gaming. But yeah, outside of that, I'll catch you all in the next one.